Pep Talk UK, Pro Beez once again. Remember, subscribe. I'm happy to be joined once again by the heavyweight contender, Tom, not so little. What's cracking?
How's it going, bro? Yes. Do you know what? Other than, like I was saying to you before, like, been rough as a badger's backside for like 4 days. Like, I've had some, like, stomach issues, like throwing up and stuff.
Yeah.
Been horrible.
Any dodgy kebabs near the Galleria in Hatfield?
Do you know what? I tell you what, there's a couple of dodgy kebabs around there, I'm telling you. All right, but I don't know. I was even dicing with being pregnant at one point. But,
expecting twins, right?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what I am doing. You have a look at the stomach up in a minute. I'll be carrying triplets, and nobody would believe any other.
Wow. What's happened to the training, man?
Do you know what it is? I've been ticking over. I've knocked the stone enough for myself, but I just let myself go to an absolute ridiculous weight. And do you know what it is with me? Like when I'm unmotivated, I'm really unmotivated.
Yeah,
when I'm motivated and on it, there's no middle ground. Do you know what I mean? Like I've never been much of a tick over person.
Hey,
so
I'm
a flat out or.
I get it, but you know what? Maybe to motivate you, last week, exactly a week ago, boxing returned back to the British shores with the Frank Warren show. So, hey, I said I think it's all go, all systems go.
You know what it is? Like I got offered a fight off of Eddie, and what's the guy's name? Dylan White's fighter, Babbage, whatever his name is.
Yeah. It's animal. Yeah.
Yeah, like to be honest with y'all, right? Things have been said, like because I turned the fight down, they're going on like I'm bothered about him. Now, to be honest with you, I can give two Fs for him or any man like him. That's one thing I don't fear was nobody. I couldn't give 2 fucks for the devil himself. So I don't really care about some Czechoslovakian or whatever his name, whatever he is. But what I was trying to get across is, I'm not gonna go and just take part. I can't keep going from hard fight. Obviously, people ain't gonna look out for me other than me. So if I don't look out for me, like, well, it don't make no sense to go and fight a 3-0 prospect who's much better than what a 3-0 prospect would be. Do you know what I mean? The guy's a good fighter. But well, you have a look at it from my point of view. I'll go and beat him. What do I get from that? What do I get from that other than the pay purse? Whereas, regardless of whatever, them fights will always be there. I'll always get phone calls off Eddie because I'm not an hard fight to sell. I'm not stupid. I act stupid. Do you know what? I act silly, but I'm only about as 5% as stupid as what I act. Like, trust me, there's a method behind madness. I will get people to feel comfortable and then bash gone. No, but what I'm saying is, I'm an easy sell. I'm an easy person to put forward as an opponent because, like, I like to think I'm well liked. I like to think like I'm quite well known in British boxing. So, like, I'm always going to get opportunities, and plus, heavyweight boxing is the most recyclable division in boxing. Like, there's no other weight can be recycled like an heavyweight.
Yeah.
But I made my mind up. Straight out of the Majidov fight. Come home, get some wins, like look after myself, build that momentum that I had going into the Filip Ergovic fight, coming off of back-to-back win stoppages. And then, like, I'll be honest with you, listen, I believe I deserve to win a domestic title this year. I deserve. I owe that to myself. I owe that for the hard graft that I've put in, and everything. So that's what I'm gonna do. So, and I can't see me doing that until the live gate comes back.
Well, you heard about the news though. The news, fans back October announced by Boris.
Yeah, that'd be all right. That will, wouldn't it?
That will motivate you.
Yeah, no, that I heard that today. To be honest with you, that did give me a bit of a buzz. Will places like York Hall and that still be on, or were they talking about stadiums, open air stadiums?
I'm not sure on the finer details, but I would assume maybe York Hall will be open, maybe limited capacity. I don't know, limited amount of people inside the venue. But I think there's probably more information that will come in the coming weeks or so. But the main thing is there's a starting point, you know, whatever the specifics are.
Yeah, you know, with obviously the capacity being like that, you won't be able to stop York Hall out or wherever it is.
Yeah. Limited capacity.
Promoters who are the real sharks of boxing, you know that. Some of them are the real sharks of boxing. They will have to not be so greedy because they won't have no gate at all. If not, because they can't be taking 1,500 quid off a fighter just for the else, and then expecting him to pay his opponent, and then got to pay himself. Right? That's what that a lot of people don't understand about boxing and small boxing. Until you're boxing on telly and that, you very rarely fucking earn any sort of money at all.
Small hall shows, you know, the fighters coming through in those shows, it's a good way for them to also learn the business, as we were saying.
Yeah. Like you got to learn, like you've got to learn your own worth, and never. But what I did do is I knew what was fight, and it was either not fight or fight for nothing. So I thought there's no end product if I don't go out there, and I knew make the best of it. I went out and fought an undefeated fighter for not a pound.
Wow.
Literally. Yeah, not a pound. Not £1. Matter of fact, I think I was 500 quid out, I think, so I gave my trainer 500 quid because I felt bad for him.
For the viewers that are not aware, explain like the pay structure, you know, for small hall fighters, how it works, because some people just watch it on telly or walk in, they don't really understand. Yeah,
well, what happens is in small boxing, there's obviously there's no TV rights, so your opponent don't get paid for. So the house won't pay for your opponent. You have to pay for your opponent out of your ticket sales. So they give you a big book of tickets, which you got to sell, and then you got to pay for your opponent. It depends on what opponent you've got, but usually as an heavyweight 6-rounder, you got to find 2,500 quid for your opponent. A decent 6-round fighter. For me to get someone to fight me, I'd probably be looking at about, for 6 rounds now, they'd probably want about $3,000, $4,000, like an Eastern European. Yeah, $3,000 they want. About that, yeah, for 6 rounds. Then I've got to give the gate. I've got to give the house just for having me on the show, right? Just for having me on the show, 1,000 quid, 1,500 quid, right? Then whatever's left after that, I can have, like you keep, and then you got to pay all your team out of it, right? But this is what these young boys need to understand. Always know your worth, always know your value, and always don't let people know that. Make them small promoters know that without you fighters, they ain't got a show. Without without what you bring to the table, and if you make yourself enough of a commodity, I don't mean harm. If a small promoter come to me where I'm at and said to me, I've got to pay them to be on their show, I ain't gonna lie, I'd smack him straight across the teeth. I'd say, I don't mean harm. Be happy to have me on your fucking show in the dredges.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
You paid your dues, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I paid my dues. But you don't realise, and this is what I was saying to you earlier, you don't realise how many stingings I've had to take. And it's silly things that you don't really notice. But I look back at now and I think, how did I not see that? Do you know what I mean? And that's the one thing I want to know, which I know for a fact, if I would have had someone guide me on them things, my career might have took the very same path. And I'm very happy with where I've got in my career. But it's silly things like that what could remap someone's career from being a good career to a great career. Do you know what I mean? You can change the full landscape of someone's thing. Like these. Do you know what I don't get? Right, and I'm not to dig at all small promoter because listen, you can bet your bollocks to a barn dance, right? My next fight will be on a small show, right? And I've got a lot of love for a lot of small promoters, right? But the only time you ever hear from a promoter is to see how you're doing with the tickets. And there's a lot of fighters that wait until boys hand the money in and still make them bring their fans to the show, knowing full well that guy ain't gonna fight. Knowing that guy's opponent's pulled out. Do you know what I mean? But what they don't realise is what they're doing to that young fighter's fan base. Because right, let me put it like this here: you buy a ticket off me to come watch me fight. You're buzzing to come watch me fight. Then you get there to the show to find out I'm not fighting. I apologise to you, right? But you can't have a refund. You're already in the hall. You know what I'm saying? Are you going to buy a ticket off me next time?
Probably not. Yeah, probably not. Unless you're family or a close friend. Yeah.
Yeah, unless you're a close friend, unless you know that person, understand the predicament he's in. But like, a lot of the people, like I'm very fortunate. The people that follow me from around here, I know pretty much half the town around here. Do you know what I mean? And like, I've always been quite honest with them. So I'm quite fortunate like that. But they don't understand, and then they wonder why kids don't make it, and then they wonder why they say, "Oh, he boxed for England, but he just never went on and done anything as a pro." No, he never went on and done anything as a pro because he got fucking handled like an absolute fucking wally. You couldn't take a fucking race run around the track, let alone do you know what I mean?
Team Canelo, including Bernard Hopkins, they've criticised Billy Joe for allegedly turning down a fight with Canelo Alvarez. What's your thoughts on that?
Listen, Billy Joe is a businessman. He's not an idiot, right? And the thing is with Golden Boy, they try and catch everyone on the slide. They want it in their back garden, right? Fair enough, they're paying the money, right? But right, hold on. They want Billy Joe to take a pay cut, right? But where's Canelo's pay cut, right? They want him to fight in 6 weeks' time, right? Now you can't tell me that you can warrant a 6-week training camp to get ready for a unification fight against the pound for pound best fighter in the world. I don't mean one. The only people that need criticising is what's meant to be educated men, right? Educated men that understand boxing, that's done boxing at the highest of high level, and they still try and pull fucking sneaky. Listen, if they ain't worried about little Billy Joe from Britain, right? If he's at a nothing fight and they're just going to come and take his belt, and they ain't really that worried, and he ain't really worth that much money, then give the boy every fair chance that he deserves. Then give him his fair shot. But I'll tell you one thing they will not do, not with him or his team. They won't pull no wool over his eyes and catch him slipping like that. Listen, I've known him way too long. So listen, he's a shrewd fella where business is concerned. Very, very shrewd fella. And the people we got around him, that his lawyer, his team, very shrewd men. So, listen, Golden Boy got the money, but the way I'd look at it is, well, I said this when we were all talking about it yesterday. I said that shows how much faith that they're putting in Canelo to beat you. None, really. They know the risks involved. So that in my ideal, yeah, right. I think the fight was getting forced, and it was getting made look a bit suspect that Canelo didn't want to fight him in the first place, yeah, because Canelo notoriously had troubles with, for as long as it lasted, Willie Monroe, southpaw, can't move half as good as Joe, and Trout. It was Austin Trout.
Austin Trout.
Yeah. He was having murders with him, if you remember rightly, right? Until he got to him, but he was having problems with him, right? Now, I think it's safe to say Billy Joe would be the best southpaw at middleweight, super middleweight in the world. Proved that at 2 weights, right? So, and it's been seen to, well, from what I've seen, I'm not saying, listen, Canelo is a phenomenal fighter, an absolute phenomenal fighter. And do not for 1 minute don't think that Billy Joe got a very tall order on his plate. And I've said this to Joe, right? But I do genuinely believe if there is a human being to beat Canelo at middle or super middle, he's the one to do it. Because I can honestly tell you, with me hand on my heart, forget about what he done to Lemieux, forget about that, right? Honestly, I've seen with my own eyes, nobody has seen the best of him. Trust me. He's got you will not see the best of him until you get a Golovkin or a Canelo in front of him.
You know, Bernard Hopkins was saying that, you know, Billy Joe has no reason to turn down the fight. It's the opportunity of a lifetime, that he should be a gym rat. He should always stay ticking over and be ready for massive fights like this.
Mate, listen, Bernard Hopkins is renowned for saying stupid stuff, though, isn't he? Like, that's it. Like, let's be honest. This is the man that said, "I will never lose to a white boy," and then got his ass punched from pillar to post. Right? Do you know what I mean? Like, he don't really put a lot of thought into what he's saying. Brilliant fighter. I used to idolise Bernard Hopkins. I used to idolise him. Right? But you tell me, right? If you're a gym rat or not, right? It's not even about that. It's about having a bit of respect and common courtesy. As Canelo's not the only world champion walking to the ring that night. Do you know what I mean? It's not only his opportunity of a lifetime. Billy Joe's also giving him an opportunity to unify a division. So they need to have a bit of common respect and courtesy. Do you know what I mean? But I'll tell you what it is with the Golden Boy lot. They just expect you to run and jump at whatever they take. Whatever they say, you've got to take it. And that's no way to have it done. Listen, I know what how Billy Joe is, and I know how he works. And he won't be disrespected like that.
But
you got to admit, that is disrespectful, isn't it?
6 week notice. It's you know, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. I think, you know, I have to obviously be neutral in the whole situation, but I think there's a lot more to a massive unification fight. The argument could be on Billy Joe's side is there's the prepping for the fight. There's also promoting the fight. Now, a big fight like that, for me, needs the hype. It needs the build up, right?
Of course it do.
It needs a gate as well. So that's I can see that side of the argument.
Definitely. Do you know what it is as well? And I'll tell you another real good point, right? And I'll be honest with you about it. Billy Joe blows up. The world knows that. Billy Joe blows up in between fights. If Billy Joe had to do light heavyweight, he'd still have to boil down. Billy Joe's a big super middle, right? He's not the tallest. He's not the tallest. But you have a look at Billy Joe's bone structure. I'm telling you now, right? I know this sounds silly. You have a look at the top of his legs, right? When you're saying, like, listen, I've been brought up around the lad, right? He's got bigger tops of the legs than me, right? He's a very dense, compact person, and I won't even stick up for him. He eats like a pig when he's out of camp. Do you know what I mean? Like, I won't sit in like feather coated, like, oh yeah, like he's just big boned. Do you know what I mean? He don't really help.
Yeah.
But listen, he's earned his right. He's earned his right to be able to do that.
To be
just
fair,
because he's world champion.
Yeah, to be fair, you look at the resume: Southern area, English, British, European. You know, 2-weight world champion. I think the man does deserve to come to the table and say, you know what, I've also got some conditions of my own. He's been in the game for a while.
Yeah, he ain't been here 5 minutes. But this is what I mean. They're trying to put it across like, oh yeah, you know, like when Rocky got his shot with Apollo Creed. I know this is the worst thing I say. Yeah, just call the gym up. Yeah, just pick the name out, and he's got to accept whatever they're offering. And no, that boy served his apprenticeship, done everything, won world titles at 2 weights, won domestic honours, was an Olympian as an amateur. Like, you can't just say, right, yeah, here's my tune, come dance to it. Do you know what I mean? That ain't how it works. And I'll have a bet with a few people when that fight do get made, because it will get made. It will get made. I'll have a bet with a few people that Billy Joe beats him. And if Billy Joe fights Golovkin, Billy Joe stops him.
Okay, so Billy Joe, look, we know he's a slickster. You know, he's a craftsman inside the ring. Over 12 rounds, you know, on maybe potentially firm location. Can he win a 12-round fight against Canelo away from home? Do you think that's possible?
He can win. He can definitely win it. He can definitely win it. Whether they give him the decision or not is another matter. See that fight? You know, if I watch that fight, if they fight, obviously I don't think I'll be going to America, because I ain't gonna lie, I don't think I'm allowed in America. But
them ones, yeah.
But I will turn my telly down and I will score that like a judge. Genuinely, I will sit and I will score every shot of every round, and I won't give not one bias point. Like, and I will soon tell you if they're cheating. But listen, I believe Billy Joe got the beating of any super middleweight. So let me tell you something, right? you know the dark horse of that division is?
Mm.
And you don't hear nobody call his name. Nobody.
Mm.
And that's when you know that a man is bad. That's when you know that a man will fuck you up on sight and nobody wants to play with him. Right? Caleb Plant.
Yeah, he's bad. Yeah, he's good. He's good. Yeah.
You don't hear nobody call him out. I've not heard one person call him out. I've not one person say, I want a piece of him. Like, he's a bit of a savage. Yeah.
So what about Callum Smith? You know, do you rate Callum Smith? I mean, how will Billy Joe, because you know this whole Callum Smith and Billy Joe story, before the John Ryder fight, you know, some people were saying, well, the size, you know, Callum Smith is a monster, you know, he dominated George Groves, etc., etc. It might be too much for Billy Joe. But now, based on the last performance now, people are now saying, well, Billy Joe actually, you know, could potentially beat Callum Smith.
See, this is the thing, like, you hear Billy Joe talk about John Ryder. Billy Joe got nothing but words to say about John Ryder. John Ryder, absolute classy fighter. I was watching Louis Edmondson sparring, and he's a good fighter. And I ain't gonna lie, look, I'll say exactly what I saw. Right, I thought John Ryder was gonna get turned over after I see Louis sparring. Right, and then, to be honest with you, it gave me a lot of confidence in my little mate. Like, I was like, bruv, like, I need to keep an eye on this lad. Do you know what I mean? Make sure he stays focused and grounded. And then, like, obviously, but anyway, long story short, when the minute Ben, because Billy Joe was with Frank Warren at start when they first started asking for that. Now, I think they got to be like, never mind Frank Warren, but Ben and Billy Joe are the two shrewdest men I know in boxing. Right? If I get offered a fight and I don't know about someone or whatever not, you can bet your ass I'll either ring one of them two. Right? They're my two go-to. Them and Shane Watson. I'll have a chat to Shane Watson. Because I trust Shane. I know Shane to tell me the truth. If Shane thinks I'll get my ass kicked, Shane to tell me. But no, like the minute Ben and that said, yeah, we want that fight, I knew they seen something. I knew they seen something that couldn't be missed. And I like Ben ain't a risk taker like that. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Ben wouldn't go out on a limb to fight someone he don't really need to fight, unless it made absolute sense or he knew something. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what Ben knows, but I know they know something to do with the Callum Smith. I genuinely, I can only see Billy. I reckon Billy Joe will run away with that fight. I reckon that'd be another fight, like, you know, when he really stood out against Lemieux. I reckon that there. But they're trying to hype the Eubank thing up again, aren't they, or something? I don't know.
But Billy Joe coming down to fight Eubank Jr.
Yeah, but well, I don't know. I think Eddie's more interested in it than the two fighters are, to be fair. Because I think it's just like everybody just loves a grudge match, don't they?
Yeah, and there's some real, needle between those two.
Mate, them boys genuinely hate each other. But let me tell you something. Billy Joe didn't have Greg, the nutritionist, around him at the time when he was there. And I know for a fact, right, Billy Joe took off ridiculous amounts of weight the day of the weigh-in. He fucked up his weight hard, right? Right. I never forget, like, I kept going over to him because we were taking the money up to London. I was with his pals taking the money up for his tickets and that. And you know, when I see him, my gut sunk. I was like, oh, bruv. Like, you know, when you just see that someone's weight drained, weight fucked, and that. And I forgot all about that. And then I went in the Macklin gym in Marbella, and I see the photo of him weighing in for Eubank and the photo of him weighing in for Andy Lee. And literally, it was chalk and cheese, you know what I mean? Like, he said, look, Billy Joe come and pointed it out to me. He said, come and look at this here. Look how weight drained I was for Eubank. He said, look, he said, there's me on the scales for Eubank. There's me on the scales for... What's that? He said, a picture don't lie.
Wow.
But, yeah.
It's crazy.
Crazy. I think the thing is for Billy Joe is for someone like Canelo or a Golovkin, but I'm just nailing out Canelo now, yeah? He's got to be good down the back stretch. So in order to be good at the style that Billy Joe's got down the back stretch, your nutrition needs to be on from early. You don't need to be going into camp to get down to weight. You need to be down to weight going into camp to perfect and go. You need to be comfortable at your weight for a stable amount of time for endurance. Do you know what I mean?
Because people will say as well, look, you mentioned endurance, right? Now, Canelo don't get knocked out. Let's tell the truth, yeah? He don't get knocked out. So it will have to be down the stretch, as you were saying.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be down the stretch. It will be down the stretch. But, Joe, what? That's mad, though, man, when you think about some of the shots that he's taken. Like, he took, like, some crazy shots off Golovkin, didn't even wobble.
The pair of them have got granite chins. That's what you call granite, the pair of them. It's like I think he hit Golovkin in the second fight with a big right hand. And it was almost like, you know, one of those sci-fi films when someone's head goes off, but it regrows again?
Yeah.
Cyborg.
Whoa. Joe, what though? Listen, but it's a good. Listen, do you know what? I'm very proud that my old mate's in that category anyway. Do you know what I mean? Billy Joe's cracked a nut anyway. He don't need it.
Yeah.
You know, if he wanted to, he'd walk away from boxing and never have to lift his finger to do another thing ever again. Do you know what I mean? And he's changed his life. He ain't just changed his life, he's changed his full family's life. And for that, listen, I'm over the moon for him. I genuinely am. And that's why anyone gets into this boxing. That's why anyone does this. So, like, listen, go chase your dream. Have your big fight. I genuinely believe that he beats Canelo. I genuinely do. I just got that feeling. I got that feeling where I will bet on it.
Wow. Hey, I just hope the fight gets made. I'm excited that we're potentially going to see crowds in October, and boxing is back, bitches.
It's back, baby.
Hey, Tom, it's been very, very insightful as usual. I'd like to thanks for your time, mate. Anything else you'd like to add before we out you?
Thank you, everybody, for all the support and everything. Don't forget, get out, come see me whenever. I say me next few fights ain't gonna be against the highest level of caliber, but come out, support, show your love, and just remember, support someone else's dream, because someday you'll need a dream supporting yourself.
100%.
Other than that,
yeah.
We like Tropicana, Sam.
That's it. Tom, thanks for your time, man. It's been a pleasure, man. Pet Talk, we out here.